Podcast of the research group of CURA100 AI mental health practice and super group. We have the pleasure today to have wonderful presentations by one of our amazing clinicians and researcher. Today in our every Tuesday podcast, and this is number 4, I believe. So I presented already, Dr. Pina, your host of today. Rosario represents also, and I believe Evelyn Fonseca or Evelyn Mateo. Oh, Evelyn Mateo, she presents the psychology of vertigo, and I work with what is the EMMM, our project for humanity. And Rosario Van Rail, she presented also on chronic diseases. Someone is calling me, I'm sorry. So, do you hear me? Do you? Okay, so good. So I'm gonna let him go. And this is an amazing people. This is live, so we're doing this live. So that's why you're gonna hear me if I have some kind of issues while I'm presenting you. But yes, today Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste, she's our intern from Alfred University, and she presented a very important topic today that's gonna be very much interesting in how much we recommend, what is the ethical implications of digital therapy, wherever you are in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, how important it is for you to know that. So today, when I talk about that, today it's in our studio, it's got Marie Zoom from New York, or she's in Turkey. Oh no, she's in Turkey. But I think there is a kind of revolution out there. I don't know how she's going to deal with it. And also Evelyn Fonseca, Maria Usum, she's our initiative coordinator, and also she is part of the EMMM team. She is the marketing and public relations in the EMMM project. Evelyn Fonseca is my assistant and my coordinator of billing and scheduling. And Rosario Monreal, she's a psychotherapist, psychoanalyst, training to be a psychodynamic, and she's part of the Dominican Foundation in psychoanalysis in Santo Domingo, and also into the psychoanalytic program that we have in New York. She also presented. So without further ado, we're going to introduce Gloria Jean Baptiste today. And with you, Akara Marie Uzum from Turkey. I want to say that Rosaura is in the Bronx of Brooklyn, I believe. And,
Brooklyn.
and Gloria Jean Baptiste is in New York, Brooklyn. So without further ado, Akara Marie Uzum, take it from here.
Thank you, Dr. Pina. I'd like to introduce now our researcher and presenter, Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste. Gloria has dedicated over 24 years to therapeutic practice. She's specializing in supporting preteens, teens, and adolescents and adults. Her person-centered approach emphasizes empathy, empowerment, and self-awareness, helping clients navigate life's challenges. She incorporates conflict resolution, individual and group counseling, team building, communication, strategies, and relationship development to foster emotional and psychological well-being. Her expertise extends to couples and families, assisting them in healing from trauma, rebuilding trust, and strengthening relationships. She also specializes in helping individuals manage trauma and depression through tailored coping strategies. Committed to a holistic perspective, she ensures that each client's journey is unique and personalized. Beyond therapy, Gloria's roles as an educator, parent, counselor, and community volunteer have enriched her ability to assess challenges and provide compassionate solutions. Her work extends beyond clinical settings, actively uplifting and empowering individuals. She believes that healing begins with connection and remains dedicated to fostering growth, resilience, and understanding in those she serves. I'd like to present Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste.
Thank you, Maria Uzum. Go ahead, Gloria Jean Baptiste.
Good morning to all. Today, I'm going to do my presentation, which is entitled, The Role of Artificial Intelligence in Enhancing Digital Therapy recommendations, opportunities, and ethical consideration. In this presentation, the researcher examined the role of artificial intelligence in enhancing digital therapy recommendations. In doing so, opportunities and ethical considerations will also be examined. The literature review conducted examined the role of AI in digital therapy recommendations. It also showed the extent to which artificial intelligence is currently being used to generate therapy recommendations. Further, it evaluated the benefits in customizing mental health support and identified the risks and ethical considerations such as privacy, bias, and accountability to provide recommendations on responsible digital therapy settings. Avnish and Moten 2024 compared referrals in 2021, which in 2020 found that there was an overall increase in their pioneering project in Saudi Arabia. They concluded that mental health e-referrals in Saudi Arabia demonstrates how digital health transformation, particularly through an e-referral system, has significantly enhanced access to mental health services nationwide in Saudi Arabia. The success of this digital initiative demonstrates how digital health solutions can transform healthcare access, particularly in mental health services, offering a valuable model for other healthcare systems. In addition, Al-Handi et al. 2025 also argued that despite the need for more mental health interventions, digital health solutions have emerged as powerful tools to improve coordination and access to mental health care, particularly in the area of electronic referral, e-referral systems that have shown the potential to reduce wait times, to improve care coordination, and increase access to specialist care. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has been an early pioneer in leveraging digital healthcare through its nation, covering all its country's 13 administrative regions. This advanced platform, Saudi Medical Appointments and Referral Center, SMARC, has made it possible for connecting both government and private mental health services through AI predictive analytics, eliminating any fragmentation in the national referral system. Despite the successful implementation and use of AI in developing an e-referral system for mental health care, there were gaps identified. Some of these gaps were caused by the low perceived need for help, cultural stigma, and attitudinal obstacles, strengthening the case for the expansion of SMARC platform. In further support of the significant role that AI has played in enhancing digital therapy recommendations is the findings by Mazha et al. 2025, who stated that by utilizing AI-enabled applications, the silos of information in traditional models may be broken down and made much easier to access. This means that patients, healthcare professionals, and other stakeholders can have intelligent, efficient, and safe access to medical insights, personalized patient care through sophisticated prediction models, better decision-making abilities, and more accurate data processing are just a few of the potential advantages of incorporating generative AI into healthcare. Further, review of literature examining the role of AI in digital therapy recommendations was conducted by Ramirez et al. 2021. These researchers conducted a pilot study that demonstrated the feasibility of a fast and easy to implement mental fatigue assessment tool using biometric signals, achieving an accuracy of 88% without need for fatigue-inducing tests. These researchers defend the argument that non-pathological mental fatigue can often lead to negative outcomes, such as low performance, cognitive impairment in education, loss of focus, and burnout syndrome in office work, and accidents leading to injuries or death in the transportation and manufacturing industries. Acknowledging this success was marred with gaps in evaluating the project. In further recognition of digital therapy advancement, Ramirez et al. 2021 conducted a study using electrothermal activity in which they recorded skin temperatures from 17 subjects using an open BCI and Empathia E4 fatigue levels using the fatigue assessment scale were calculated to find the best mental fatigue predictors. The results from this pilot study showed the feasibility and potential of short calibration procedure and inter-subject classifiers in mental fatigue. It was also noted that this intervention will allow for the use of wearable devices designed to facilitate mental wellness among workers and students in their daily living. In addition, further effort to conduct a review of literature to examine the role in digital therapy recommendations, SAD and RAWI 2024, stated that the following: the digital maturity assessment should not only focus on digital applications, but also consider the adaptation of the organization and processes to digitalization, as well as training and information for customers, in this case, patients. The patient journey should be seamlessly digitalized. The extent of digitalization should be measurable. Equally important is the support provided to patients and staff to realize the benefits of the digitalized healthcare system. The digital care pathway from prevention, which will gain even more significance, to diagnostics, utilizing the availability of comprehensive data with integrated AI and diagnostic tools, all the way to overall medical reports, will become increasingly important. Yet, of significant importance is the literature review conducted by Jha et al. 2025, which states that technologies now enable high accuracy in medical diagnosis and precise treatment planning, while optimizing healthcare workflows and reducing medical errors. For patients, this translates into increasingly personalized care through AI systems that can interpret complex medical histories to generate tailored diagnostic, prognostic, and therapeutic recommendations. Let's look at some ethical considerations. In examining the role of artificial intelligence in enhancing digital therapy recommendations and mental health, ethical concerns were raised and its impact noted. The literature review explored a conceptual framework for applying ethical principles of AI to medical practice, emphasizing the relevance of transparency, accountability, and patient autonomy in the integration of AI technologies. According to Sa and Rowery 2024, the ethical concerns that occur in digital transformation in healthcare are present in the following areas: data security, interoperability, regulatory compliance, workforce training, integration with clinical workflows, and last but not least, cost. Addressing these ethical concerns require collaboration among healthcare organizations, policymakers, technology vendors, and other stakeholders to develop solutions while harnessing the transformative potential of digital technologies in healthcare. Collaboration and innovation are key to address these challenges and improve healthcare outcomes for patients. CURA100 2024 also probed into how ethical issues impact the role of AI in enhancing digital therapy recommendations in mental health. The Middle East faces several challenges in adapting AI in enhancing digital therapy recommendations. This researcher argued that healthcare, including inadequate data quality and infrastructure, hindered the implementation of AI solutions across medical specialties. There is also a critical need for training healthcare professionals and raising awareness among providers and patients to foster acceptance of AI technologies. Additionally, concerns about equity highlighted the risks that AI may exacerbate existing inequalities in healthcare access, necessitating careful consideration by policymakers to ensure that all populations benefit from these innovations. Jha et al. 2025 argues that while AI technology has revolutionized healthcare through improved disease diagnosis, management, and treatment outcomes, it also presents significant ethical challenges that must be carefully addressed. These challenges span multiple dimensions, from fundamental ethical concerns to practical implementation issues and legal considerations. The primary ethical concerns in AI, medical AI, include patient consent for data usage, privacy and transparency, algorithmic fairness, and data security. These intersect with legal considerations surrounding intellectual property rights, cybersecurity protocols, data protective laws, safety standards, and liability frameworks. According to a study by Yu et al., cited in Ngole B.S. et al. 2024, AI has already made significant improvements in patient care, healthcare, but the potential risks, like biased algorithms, that can lead to unequal treatment that cannot be ignored. Obermeyer and Emmanuel, cited in Ngole et al. 2024, have shown that if AI systems are trained on biased data, they could unintentionally deepen existing health disparities. Tackling these issues is key to ensuring that AI is used responsibly in healthcare. What is interesting to note here is that there is a discrepancy between healthcare expenditure, patient population, and the number of healthcare professionals. Obi et al. 2024 argued that even though AI is a rapidly growing field all over the world, the adoption rate varies between developed and developing countries. In some countries, arguments against the use of AI include ethical use, which may violate the rights of citizens and cause loss of employment, especially for those with low skills. However, it has been estimated that AI will proliferate in many industries and contribute over 15.7 trillion United States dollars to the world economy by 2020. In 2023, business sectors in the United States, according to a report by Sinai and Karas, are rapidly accepting the use of AI, except for the health sector, which has a low adoption rate of about 5%, even though AI is estimated to lead to 5% to 10% cost savings. Summarily, there's a major consensus among the various researchers when examining the role of AI in enhancing digital therapy recommendations. A common trend coming from the research is that AI has changed the entire processes of healthcare, not only shortening the time through which automated experiments, but by additionally advancing data and monitoring facilities. Also, a common theme found in the research as regards the role of AI in digital therapy was a need for design, development, and implementation of concrete plan by policymakers, administrators, and stakeholders. Last but not least was the ongoing concern for ethical practice when engaging in use and development of digital tools in therapeutic practices. Recommendations. SAD and ROWI 2024 recommend that wearable devices and mobile apps equipped with AI algorithms can continuously monitor patients' health parameters, such as heart rate, blood pressure, and activity levels. These researchers also recommend that AI can analyze this data to detect early signs of health deterioration, predict disease progression, and provide personalized health recommendations. Another one of their recommendations is that AI-powered virtual assistants and chatbots should be used to provide personalized health advice, answer medical questions, schedule appointments, and assist with medication management. They also suggest that these tools enhance patient engagement, improve access to healthcare information, and reduce the burden on healthcare providers. Avnish and Moten 2024 also recommended that as the field continues to grow, further research is required to address gaps in these areas, like long-term effects on patient outcomes, integration of mHealth data with electronic health records, and the development of artificial intelligence-driven mental health applications. Emerging trends and technologies such as 5G, the Internet of Things, and advanced data analytics will shape the future of mental health applications for remote monitoring, enabling more sophisticated and personalized care. Limitations and implications. According to CURA100 2024, limitations were cited by noting that exclusive inclusion of English language papers was done as a result of overlooking those composed in the native languages of each respective country. This oversight carries significant implications for healthcare administrators, policymakers, and prospective researchers within the field. This research emphasized the substantial potential of AI in mitigating the challenges posed by cancer and diabetes in the Middle East, subject to the development and implementation of a comprehensive strategic framework. In situations where the healthcare system is strained, such as during a pandemic, AI can provide an effective solution. AI can analyze patient data quickly and accurately, accelerating early diagnosis, according to 8 out of 14 Health Science Reports 2024 treatment processes. Lai et al. 2024, in a similar manner to Kowalski 2024, and on identifying significant limitations to implementing AI in digital mental health therapy, stated that they paid close attention to the role of AI in emergency medicine using a Delphi study in which the research did not consider selection of other stakeholders such as nurses, pre-hospital providers, and other related healthcare providers. They argued that ultimately this omitted group will become users and facilitators of AI in the delivery of emergency care. Avnish and Moten 2024 contended that despite the challenges and limitations, such as privacy and security concerns, lack of technical infrastructure, regulatory issues, data accuracy, user adherence, and the digital divide, potential solutions like standardized protocols, digital literacy promotion, and ensuring data privacy can help overcome these barriers. Discussions on key findings and takeaways, fostering collaborative research among healthcare practitioners and technology experts is essential for evaluating AI applications in Africa, which can enhance healthcare delivery and laboratory diagnostic despite existing barriers. The integration of artificial intelligence in cardiovascular healthcare in Africa presents significant opportunities to improve diagnosis, treatment, and patient monitoring, despite facing the challenges such as resource constraints and inadequate infrastructure. Experts in emergency medicine reached consensus on the importance of various artificial intelligence applications, including language translation, imaging interpretation, and medication guidance for pregnant patients. The integration of generative AI and blockchain technology in healthcare has the potential to enhance patient care, improve data security, and streamline operations, while also addressing challenges related to data privacy, algorithmic biases, and scalability. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing healthcare by improving diagnostic algorithms, clinical operations, and treatment options, while also presenting challenges such as data bias and regulatory concerns. The integration of AI into healthcare requires careful consideration of ethical principles, including transparency, accountability, and patient autonomy, to ensure that technological advancement enhance rather than diminish patient care. Here I just have a diagram which I thought was very succinct. It had a really good picture of the ethical challenges of medical AI, which we can can further reflect on and have further discussion on. It looked at all the different aspects: autonomy, trustworthiness, accountability and liability, data privacy and security, equity and fairness, interpretability, clinical validation, explainability, and sustainability. So I continue with the key ethical challenges in the medical AI system. Current ethical guidelines and policy have struggled to keep pace with rapid AI advancement in medicine, despite efforts to engage the medical community. Healthcare professionals often lack a comprehensive understanding of the ethical complexities inherent in clinical AI implementation. And that is what the table did address. So this is just an explicit point form of the diagram that I have just shown. I have a list of references which can be helpful in further referencing the materials that I have used to research this presentation. Thank you for listening.
I thank you very much. We're happy today to have our Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste in our CURA100 AI Global podcast with Mario Sumt, Rosaba Van Rails, Stefan Adam from DR, Evelyn Fonseca, and Dr. Carlos Medina. And I think I saw Ana Socorro somehow. So welcome to our discussions of today. Let's put everything in perspective. So give us a summary of why this topic is important for all of us clinicians. And you clinicians, psychotherapists, wherever you are, and you're watching us, so you can have a sense of the importance of enhancing digital therapy and these recommendations. Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste.
Okay, so in my endeavor to do this research, I found coming out from the literature review repeatedly the importance of AI. AI has really been changing the world. I also looked at, I deliberately chose areas of different countries that was showing that because of a lack of resources, that the population, the world of population of patients were underserved. They were not, the healthcare system was not where it is supposed to be. And the main issue is the inability to access AI resources. And when I compare that to the US, Saudi Arabia, they were deliberate comparisons because they were showing the advanced benefits in terms of patient application, patient's responses, easy reach to have AI interventions in diagnostic treatments, to have the AI also in predictive analysis of treatments. Also, AI was used, and not was, but is used to predict the next course of treatment for patients. Those are very, very big in terms of how much has been done to improve the overall healthcare systems. The role of AI coming from my research is definitely acknowledged as important to the improvement of healthcare. That is without beyond doubt. There was also caution in terms of ethical practices, that while it is beneficial and the advancement of technology is saving lives, improving lives, care should be taken not to exploit or to use inaccurate data to come up with conclusions and also recommendations for future use. That was very, very, that point was underscored over and over in the literature. So if I may say, what is happening now in comparison to yesterday? When I say yesterday, I'm thinking in terms of time, in the context of time with medicine. AI has advanced the use of technology. AI has improved patient care. AI has also more than just improved, but it has been expanding rapidly, and it is transforming the whole medical world. One point was also made to doing medicine, reaching patients, in remote locations. Now, what AI has done is bring patient care into the setting in which the patient is. So that is fantastic. It is showing flexibility and adaptability in the modern times. So it has upgraded, and it has also revolutionized access to medicine by its use. One point was noted, the cost of AI. It is a challenge, and a recommendation was made. The involvement of stakeholders, key personnel, medical practitioners coming on board will need to unite with each other so that they can find ways of eliminating cost.
Excellent. So the last time I checked, the FDA approved digital therapeutic was last year, and the whole world was like taken by surprise because Rejoin was the first application to treat major depression disorder using cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's intended for people with fully non-respondent to antidepressants. And when I saw your presentations, I said it was wonderful. Let me check out now how many FDA-approved digital therapy there are. And to my surprise, I see that there are 5 new digital therapy in the United States, which means went through the process of years of research, very controlled research, to be approved by FDA. It's to have like the golden egg. So beyond Rejoined using depression, we have now the Praxis. We also have Spark RX for depressions, and then for ADHD we have Endeavor RX. For postpartum depression we have Mama Lift Plus. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And other more digital therapy has been included, like Frispira for anxiety and panic disorders, Modia for opioid use disorder, Nightwear for sleep disturbance due to nightmares, and Sleepio for insomnia. digital therapy or health software that can be accessed, phone, tablet, computer. They can be used for prevention, education, assessments, and treatment. So, given the amazing possibility of AI and that digital therapy is here to stay, and more of this digital therapy are be approved, what is your personal opinion, Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste, with this presentation? And given that we already have at least 5, I don't know if the rest that are included are also approved, but for sure Rejoin, that one I know, the Prexis, Spark RX, Endeavor RX, and Mama Leaf Plus. What do you think so? What is your opinion about it?
Okay, well, for sure, coming from my research, the US is one of the leading areas in terms of the advancement of AI technology in medicine. And it's very clear that we are one of the leading participants in this whole trust to advance AI technology, and it will only get better. It's going to expand and continue to expand. And I believe this is a good time for us as medical practitioners in this field to become aware of what is really happening, to look at the whole equation and see where we would want to participate in terms of treatment, patient care, and also cost. Start looking comparing cost of types of diagnoses and treatment plans that we would want to put in place, because it is a rapidly advancing area in medicine. Like I said, it's transforming the whole platform in which patient care, in which the devices for patient care are being manufactured and tested and initiated to promote a successful playing field for AI in its role in patient treatment. It's very relevant. We, of course, will have to be cautioned continuously with our eagerness to apply different AI processes. We have to be consistently be mindful of the ethical practices and considerations. I think that is also important to note.
Excellent. So let's open up the mic. So we are in our AI, CURA100 global podcast. The team of researchers from our group, it's working on this, and this is our 4th presentations of the month. Dr. Peña presented EMMM, Mateo presented Vertigo, Psychology of Vertigo, Rosaura presented Chronic Diseases and AI and Coaching, and today we have the Enhance of Digital Therapy recommendation by Dr. Gloria Jean Baptiste. So let's open up to the team. And I will go like, you can ask questions, comments, or anything that come to your mind that is relevant today. So I will be calling Dr. Medina, Mari Usum, Evelyn Fonseca, and also Stephanie Adon, that is right there from the R. And if she wants to say something, I will translate it to Spanish. So this is an interesting space for practice for her. So let's give it up to Dr. Carlos Medina.
Well, good morning, everyone, and what is it? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Can we say
from the R, from New York? You are in the R.
Yeah, I am in the DR. I'm still
whenever I see the fruit. Whenever I see the fruit.
Yeah, it's got very aligned to where I am right now. It's got very aligned to where I am right now. So first of all, let me say that was an excellent presentation regarding this topic discussion. And I have to, on both ends, I will make a comment and then I will ask a question regarding, because this is a topic that is very much in interest of personally, because I believe moving forward, AI is going to be um, determine into how we're going to be able to supply the demand for people needing mental health. And as a matter of fact, it is my thesis topic in the current PhD that I'm doing in general counseling and psychology, because I have already developed a hypothesis in which, you know, once we get to the point of integrating quantum computer to AI, the whole game of mental health services is going to change. Um, and with that, I believe that, some of the stuff that you touched on it, plus the implication in terms of, who is going to treat the counselor, who is going to take care of the counselor. Given that now you're not only going to have a tool, but you are going to have a tool like humanity has never seen before, with limitless potential for growth and develop. And in my experience, my short experience of working with people who are in the field of doing research and developing technology, one of the things that I always think about, and I say window, how many window this tool is going to be able to leave open that we don't know about it, and who is going to be able to have access into that window, given that we are living in a world today that is very volatile and very individualized, in which my my theory, as I say, is that this trend of irrational liberalism, in which anything can go, and people not understanding that we are an extension of each other, what's going to be the implication in doing that? Because if you get one person that it doesn't have their mind structured in the right way, but that have access, the intellect of the training to use with this technology, what can they do to manipulate the entire system? So that's something that I believe we had to think about. And, it goes back to what prompted the Second World War II. I mean, if we look at Hitler as a leader in Germany, Nazi Germany, and the tool and the resources that he has, and it was only one person that he was doing that, but he had to convince every single individual to follow him. So it relates to this technology. With one click of a button, like you can have a direct contact and impact in millions, if I not say, probably billions of people, around the world. So that's my comment on that. So my question is, Dr. Baptiste, what implications were you able to see, if any, of course, um, not only with the use, but also from the perspective of clinician to be able to treat themselves, uh, who, at some point in our life, it is something that we needed, that we had to we had to count on that. If you were able to, uh, perceive or see any implications as a regard for us who are going to be in need of counseling. So my question is always who's going to counsel the counselor? Because we also need counseling. And if we have a tool like this one, um, is that going to prompt us to say and, hold ourselves to our ego and say, oh, you know what? I can treat myself. I just going to go and talk to, the platform and the resource that I have moving forward. Were you able to experience during your research um, or if any of the research talk about this type of implications moving forward?
That's an interesting question. And I must say that I did not come across any thought or any research focusing on self-care for clinicians. I did not. But from all that was being said in the research, it is a very noteworthy point, which cannot and should not be ignored. And while listening to you, immediately came to my mind is, even if we can devise AI technology that can help us with self-care, for some immediate thought says to me, I would believe, and I can be wrong, but the human touch will play an important role here. It will also play an important role here, because I know that we are the givers. We are given everything, that the mental, the emotional, all aspects of ourselves. We just keep giving. And having a blend of the traditional mode of doing a retreat, having reflection circles among ourselves, things like that. I don't think that should be lost at all. And however, I also see AI is making very successful inroads. So granted that I would like to probably continue to look at research on self-care using AI, because that's another area you just touched on there. I would like to see the outcome, but I would also strongly desire that if such futuristic focus comes into play, that it's a blend between the traditional methods of self-care among clinicians, mental health practitioners, blended with probably some type of AI therapeutic practice for ourselves.
Excellent. So we have a couple of more minutes. We have 5 minutes to go in this CURA100 AI Mental Health Global podcast. And we're going to open up for
members, please report to the principal's office. Once again,
Gloria, I'm going to mute you. Okay, Mariusum, then Rosaura and Evelyn Fonseca. Mariusum.
Thank you, Dr. Jean Baptiste. That was a wonderful presentation. I was taking notes on some of the advantages of AI, things that I think maybe should have been evident to me, but I wrote down, reducing medical errors, and of course, analyzing the patient data quickly. So that's definitely like the time saving. Of course, then it balances out with the disadvantages. But I had two questions actually. One was, as far as the accountability and clinical oversight, who is responsible if AI makes a harmful recommendation? I'm wondering about that. And the other question that I was wondering, this one has more to do with informed consent and transparency. Because clients, right, they should be probably informed when AI is being used and how it affects their care. So how would you recommend that therapists disclose the use of AI in sessions to maintain ethical transparency?
Okay, so the research did touch on those 2 points. There is it's a gap. Right now it's a gap. And it's a recommendation that despite the fact that AI is very helpful and has the potential to heal and care for clients, it must be patient consent. So that I touched on that. I saw that recommendation. And to answer the other part of your question, who is responsible? The research has also found that enough is not being done right now to streamline and to organize principles, boundaries, as to clear determination of who is to initiate such actions. What they recommended do, pooling together resources, human resources, stakeholders, non-medical practitioners, businesses, medical practitioners, come together and devise some type of policy, some overall national policy or state policy that would have clear guidelines of who is responsible for initiating and protecting the well-being of patients, because at the end of the day, it's about patient care and preservation of their privacy and things like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent question, excellent response. Let's go to open up the space for Rosaura Varela from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, good morning, everyone. This was very informative, and it opened up my eyes to think that in this era of digital therapy, and we are talking about ethical consideration, what can be something, or not who, but what can be told to a patient to ensure that informed consent about using AI? What the patient can be told about it if they didn't have the advantage to participate in the podcast like I am? What can be told about informed consent to ensure that we have completed informed consent part?
How do I respond to that? Because it's not something that we have clear guidance about. But I would think that in a short version, a prelude to treating the patient, a short explanation should be given so that they would know, they would have an awareness of what they are getting into as regards a treatment plan or their diagnoses, whatever it is. But you can give them the pros and the cons of it in a summary, but they should be told. As moving forward, once we are using AI, they should be informed. Actually, we could design a form and put it into practice as an agency.
Excellent. So let's give the last word to Fonseca, our Benjamin of the group, the youngest. Evelyn, what did you take from Gloria Jean Baptiste's presentations today?
Yeah, I thought it was very informative, a very great presentation. I think it kind of ties into some of the research that I've been doing with mental health practices and AI and coaching and AI and things like that. So yeah, I think I saw a lot of my research in that, and yeah, so it was great.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Gloria Jean Baptiste, for your presentation. Thank you for the team from Cara Marie Zooms, Stefania Don from the art, Evelyn Fonseca, Juan Carlos Medina, Rosario Van Rail. And our next research presentation is going to be Edward Malesinski, and he's going to present assessments and treatment plan for OCD with AI. Following that, we're going to have Evelyn Fonseca with AI human coaching platforms and treatment plans. And then we're going to go back to Mario Soon, who's going to present coaching, ADHD, AI assessments, and therapy. With this, we say thank you, and we'll see you every Tuesday with a research presentation from CURA AI Mental Health Global Podcast. Thank you, and bye-bye, guys.
Guys, I will see you on Friday. I'm traveling to Monte Cristi today, and I'll be, going around some major infrastructure development there. So tomorrow and Thursday. So I will see you on Friday.
Good luck.
All right.
Welcome. And thank you.